We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Isaiah Wynn, Miami Dolphins left guard, looking at some film from last year when it comes to Wynn, because I do think, if he stays fully healthy, I think he will win that starting left guard job. He showed a good job last year, especially in pass protection. I think he was actually pretty key to the offensive line success. Like, going down definitely hurt them, because I think, a lot of their, timings with their concepts are so very important in pass protection. So scheme definitely matters up front. And I think they were able to isolate and slide the line away from Isaiah Wynn a lot and give him one-on-ones, and he was able to win very consistently. So I think, him going out definitely hurt the offense overall as a whole. And then in the running game, he's super athletic. He's a good mover, so he fits the scheme in the running game. He's able to get to his spots, his angles. I don't think he's as strong there when it comes to sustaining his blocks, winning his one-on-ones. But he's a great mover overall, very athletic. He gets to work on those, Dolphins love to full slide their whole protection on the offensive line across the line like that, and Isaiah Wynn definitely feels comfortable doing that. But when they do a half slide away from Isaiah Wynn and he's just isolated on an island like this a lot, the Dolphins found so much success. Like, his best game was probably against Denver, the game the Dolphins put up 70, and it was the only game they had their full offensive line playing all season long. So staying healthy is super important. So we're gonna break down some of this film. He definitely does a good job of mixing up his sets. The Dolphins, how they utilize their offensive line here. They actually pull the right guard across, but he basically just gets isolated one-on-one with his defensive tackle. He stays square. He plays with a good base, good hand usage and pass protection. Very good balance too. The athleticism is definitely evident. And here he shows a good anchor and ability to recover, because he loses his balance for a split second and then boom, recovers because he gets a little wide with his base. Looks like he might slip, fall, but the ability to get back into a position there is super important, which gives Tua, because on this play, Dolphins so timing based, so they get the ball up very quickly, but they end up running the wrong route, Tyreek, so he has to hold on to it for a split second, and this ends up being that Tyreek touchdown. And Wynn just absolutely, he jump sets, gets into him. He's very very comfortable when he's able to aggressive set. Another good example now here is them just basically half protection sliding to the right. They get man-to-man to the backside, and I think they like doing this because when you have Wynn and Armstead, that's definitely the guys you feel most comfortable with in pass protection on this team. And then you're able to slide a lot of, your more of your heavy hitters, guys that, maybe you're not as comfortable with in pass protection. And it allows you to run, your concepts where Tua is actually allowed to go through his progression. And I think when Wynn went out, people talk about Tua not being able to, go through his progressions, but look at him go from all the way to the opposite side of the field, get down to his check down, which was his third or fourth option, because they're able to, run these types of things. And these were the plays or the concepts up front that they were not able to run as much once players like Wynn and Armstead went down. But as you can see, look at his ability to reset his hands here. He's straining, love the reset there, and he plays with such good burst, bend, balance, all the B's. He is very good at sustaining, constantly winning with his hands. He's able to redirect really well. Here he gets very aggressive, and this time the guy tries to work to the inside, so a little something different here, but he's just able to get his hands into a very good placement, very precise, reset them, and then just bring his hips back across. Good footwork, all of it all around, very, very good. This time guy tries to win to his outside half, and he just drives him, takes him out of the play, finish too, which I love. That flag's not on him. That flag was on Bosa getting the face mask right there, just so everyone knows. Able to torque him out the club. I love his ability in pass protection. I think him going down was one of the biggest losses for the Dolphins. When I really go back and look at it, after he went down, it does feel like a lot of those concepts the Dolphins like to run, where they actually ran up front with their pass protection scheme, they actually ran schemes that isolated people, because everything went back to plays like this, where you have the play action, you slide your whole O-line across. It makes their jobs very easy. Definitely sells run, and Wynn's very comfortable doing this stuff too. Look how he gets control of this situation very quickly. Just another example of him getting isolated, and this is Khalil Mack's able to knife inside very quickly. A lot of times when this happens, it creates some chaos. 98 would be able to loop around when they have this much space to work with, and you see that the quarterback's going to work there. But when able to sustain this, bring his feet with him, and still drive him to the outside, giving Tua that lane to push up within the pocket, so impressive. It's just constant with his ability, getting isolated. It happened so much in this Denver game that it definitely made me realize how important he was to success. Here, Dolphins running, the pinball stuff that they did, crack toss. He has to cut off 99. 99 end up knifing to the inside, so he has to make this adjustment. But he gets in the leverage that he wants. He wants this outside leverage, so he gets that right hand on him. Boom. Now just reset. Now you absolutely won, and this is, a big H-hand run down the sideline. And he just constantly does that stuff. Here he just has already that natural leverage advantage because the guy's aligned as a 2-eye. So he just has to, get that right hand into the chest, left hand into, that, armpit area, and then now you just get your hips across just like that. Very easy for him. He's definitely comfortable when it comes to those types of plays. I feel like he's not a great straight-up base blocker in the running game, but his ability in pass protection, I think, helps out this team significantly. Here's another example of him getting isolated, them sliding protection away from him, and him just winning one-on-one. Guy kind of catches him off balance too. There's so much space to work with here, and he's like, look at him. He's in a spot where most linemen are going to fall here, but he's such a good athlete that he sticks with it, able to recover. Very, very impressed with his ability overall, especially when they're either isolated or he's sliding across. You can see how comfortable he is on these two plays. Whether he's sliding to the left or to the right, they're pulling a guard with him. He definitely shows the comfortability. He has that athleticism, the footwork. And those are big plays. Here's another good job of him. Now this time climbing to second level. Look at him. I like him using that backside hand to drag, help Connor Williams cut his guy off, and then just take a good angle to get to the linebacker. And then want to see him be sustained a little bit longer, but overall, pretty good work from Isaiah Wynn. Another example, I love the aggressiveness within his sets when they slide away from him, especially because they know he's sliding to the right, and this guy is aligned as a 2-eye. A lot of these other times they were aligned as like a 3 or head up on him. So this time he wants to get aggressive and get into it. Doesn't want to give up too much space. So he just initiates that contact, and he does a great job with his hands, his feet. He's bending at the knees. Overall, love. And all of these plays that I'm showing are actually very successful plays throughout the season. This one, he's able to cut him off again. Look at him cut off 98, who was aligned up basically like a shaded nose, and cuts him off very instantly, gets in the correct position. I think this one ends up getting called back because there was a hold on Connor or something. But just play after play after play where we get to see him isolated, and these were just all connected and all things that later on the season the Dolphins didn't get to run as much because a lot of their offense then became either quick screen game or the play action game where then you would create your pocket off of play action, and teams caught on, and those are the plays that I wanted to show. But I do think Isaiah Wynn is far more important than people realized when it came to the success of the Dolphins offense. So if you guys are there, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.